Hello, St. Anne's. We are on chapter 15 of Lemons by Melissa Savage. And in chapter 14, titled Alone, we were introduced to a new supporting character. Our main characters, Lemons and Tobin, were sitting on the porch, and we were introduced to Tobin's mother, Debbie. Um, and even though Lemonade was surrounded by her grandfather, Charlie, and Tobin's mom, Debbie, she was still feeling pretty alone, but they were making plans for their big expedition to go find Bigfoot. So today, our chapter 15, is titled Operation Bluff Creek Expedition. Let's see what happens. And number 9, Tobin sticks his ninth finger. The forest there is thick, he explains. We know it's rich enough in resources to support a large omnivorous primate species, one that is rare and forages over a wide area. And finally, number 10. And this is the biggest reason Bluff Creek is the best place to find a Bigfoot. It's the place where Patterson and Gimlin shot the original film. This is what I get when I make the mistake of asking Tobin a question about Bluff Creek. Yet another chapter of the Bigfoot Encyclopedia Britannica spews from Tobin's lips. It's Friday just after lunch, and we're on the driveway loading Jake, the station wagon, up for the trip. It's not going to shut, I tell Charlie, shading my eyes from the sun. He's been trying to close the back end of the station wagon for the past 15 minutes. It's packed with everything we need for our expedition to Bluff Creek, and then some. 3 fat bag rolls, 2 days of food, pots, pans, clothes, jackets, towels, backpacks, a first aid kit, and 1 roll of toilet paper. I think we need a little teamwork, Charlie says. On 3. All 3 of us line our hands up along the back hatch. 1, 2, 3, we all say together. That does it. The door slams and the lock latches. Everybody ready? Charlie asks. Ready, Tobin hollers, scrambling into the front seat. Shotgun. It's all yours. I open the back door like I couldn't care less. Which I really couldn't. Then we have to listen to Tobin flap his gums the whole way there. I surf when the waves with my hand out the window, trying my best to ignore him. I have more important things to worry about at this moment. First and foremost is where on earth am I going to go to the bathroom? Outside in the woods. And the more I feel like I have to go right this minute, even though the late afternoon air is hot and my back feels sticky against the tan vinyl and my tongue is drier than dirt. I don't even take 1 sip of water from the canteen Charlie brought along. Hello, Earth to Lemonade, Tobin is saying. Huh? I ask. Charlie is talking to you, he says. Oh, what? I asked Charlie. I said I made it up to the elementary school yesterday morning to get you registered for the fall, Charlie says, looking at me in the rearview mirror. I look away. Oh, excuse me, is all I can think to say. Tobin turns around in the passenger seat to look at me. That means you're staying, he cracks a smile from under his safari hat. What's this? Charlie asks. Nothing, I say, glaring at Tobin. Lemonade says she isn't staying, Tobin tells Charlie. That big fat blabbermouth. She says that the reason she can't be my partner is because she's going home. What did you say? You're blowing this newsstand? Wrong, I said. You said I couldn't be your partner. I didn't say I wouldn't be your partner. And it's a popsicle stand, not a newsstand. Who blows a newsstand? Who blows a popsicle stand? He asked. And what does that even mean anyway? He's got me there. And just so you know, I'm not making someone partner if they're going to just up and leave at any time. Charlie's eyes are on me again in the rearview mirror. They have a lot of questions in them, questions that I just don't want to answer. Well, if your plans change, Charlie tells me, like he's talking about the weather, I've got you enrolled in the same fifth grade class as Tobin. It's Miss Santa Maria, starting in September. But the casual words come out of his mouth, and they don't match his eyes looking at me in the mirror. That's so cool! Tobin flashes another smile at me. She's the best teacher in all of fifth grade. She gives the least amount of homework, and she bakes cupcakes for the class when it's your birthday. It's getting harder for me to breathe, and I can feel the volcano bubbling low in my gut. I want to tell them both not to count on me staying. I want to tell them both that I don't belong in this place. I want to tell them both that I'm going home. But I don't. Instead, for the rest of the trip, I pretend to be sleeping in the back while Tobin and Charlie play the license plate game, then the alphabet game, and then they sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat about a zillion and one times. First they sing it regular, then Tobin gets the idea to sing it in a round. Charlie couldn't carry a tune if his life depended on it, but he keeps starting it in all the wrong places and adding all kinds of silly words instead of singing the right ones. Each time Charlie joins in, it gives Tobin a fit of giggles, and then they have to start it all over again. They sound like they're having so much fun, and it makes part of me wish I hadn't pretended to be sleeping the whole time. But I don't know how to invite myself in after I spewed my lava all over everything. At just after 6 o'clock in the evening, we finally pull into the spot where we'll set up camp. And now I really have to go to the bathroom. And there isn't a single stall or outhouse or gas station in sight. And I don't know how to ask Charlie about it. So I just keep holding it and shifting my legs. It works for a while, but then my gut starts hurting so bad, and the whole leg shifting thing doesn't work anymore. I think my bladder might explode. It makes me wonder if anyone has ever died from explosive bladder syndrome. Charlie and Tobit are still pounding stakes into the ground and setting up the tent while I'm unpacking supplies. The last thing I pull out of the brown paper bag of groceries is the roll of toilet paper, which makes my bladder hurt even worse, and I can't decide. I just can't wait another second. I tap Charlie on the arm. Uh, um, where, where do we, I shift my legs and cross them under me. Ah, Charlie says, before I can get any more words out. Follow me, Tobin, we'll be right back. I feel my cheeks burning. Tobin isn't even paying any attention. He's too busy hammering a tent stake. Charlie grabs the roll of toilet paper and says, Follow me. Bring the bag too. In the woods, we generally find a place to designate as the bathroom area. Let's find one together where we can all have some privacy when we need it. You mean I really have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the woods? I ask. That's right. What if a bear decides to make me his dinner while I'm going out here? Or a rattlesnake falls out of the trees and lands on my head, or he bites me in the nose, or. I promise you, it'll be fine. I can stay with you if you need me to. I'd rather be eaten, I mumble under my breath. He chuckles. I follow him through the woods until he finds a spot not real far from where Tobin is still hammering on the tent. It's a small clearing next to a fallen tree. Would you like me to stand over that way and wait for you? Charlie asked me. Not even a little bit, I say, grabbing the toilet paper. I want to tell him that Mama buys double ply, but I don't because my bladder is still going to last until the words come out. Okay, I'll just be right back up the same path we came down. Call out if you need me and I'll come get you. I'll hear you. You can just leave the roll of toilet paper out there for everyone to use as they need. Okay, okay, okay. I say, shifting from leg to leg. I watch his dark blue windbreaker through the trees and bushes until I can't see it any more. As if this day, this year, this life could get any worse. At Miss Dickerson's, I'd be eating all the cookies I wanted and going to the bathroom in her flowery, smelly bathroom filled with lilac covered rugs and towels that smell like downy fabric softener. I bet she even has Mr. Bubble and a pink sponge instead of a silly bar of Irish spring in a plain old blue washcloth. That's it for chapter 15. Let's see what comes of their expedition. Y'all have a great day.